Tennessee and LSU tonight from Food City Center. Tennessee 16-5, 10-1 here at home. Meanwhile, LSU 12-9. This is really a battle between two veteran teams. Has the makings of a good SEC basketball game.
For LSU, Jalen Cook, hamstring issue, won't play today.
Hey, if we get the tip, set the tone right from the beginning. All right, get settled in again, play smart, all right? You know what we've got to do. Now, somebody, since the other kid's out, is going to get aggressive. Okay, got to be ready for it. Help each other. Come on, let's go.
We are underway.
Out front, Ziegler, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Fires a three and hits it. Money. Ziegler drills a three from the top of the key, and Tennessee leads.
The Vols take control from the opening tip by scoring the game's first 13 points.
Go, 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 go.
Ziegler rebounds, gives to Connect. Good pass. It off to James. Reverse layup is good. Excellent pass by Connect.
Well, LSU needs a response.
Ziegler gets around Hannibal. Bounces it down low to Adu, slams it home. What a great pass by Ziegler. He broke down the defense, got into the paint, bounced it to Adu. Perfect. Hannibal, top of the key. He drives into traffic. There's just white shirts flying all over the floor. Williams, a three out front. That's no good. Baker gets the long rebound.
No let down. We got to keep going. We got to rebound. Now, some of those rebounds are coming off kind of crazy, but you guys got to rebound the ball. Again, they're trying to get downhill more, so we got to handle it. All right? Got to handle it.
Great turnover and hot right here. Come on, this is great. Great turnover.
There are no gimmies in the SEC. LSU battles back.
Ward to right, back to Ward. He's going to put up a long three. That's good. Wow, he didn't hesitate. 17-8, Tennessee.
Baker's got a one-on-one matchup here with the very physical Tobe Awaka. That's a difficult fadeaway. Well, after going ahead 15-1, this is a nice response from LSU.
Somebody's got to do something.
Connect backs it out. Now he goes again right to the basket and lays it in. No help. Poor defense. They gave up on him, and he took that step back and then right to the bucket.
They beat us that possession. You got to see the score. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got out rebound.
They got 5 offensive rebounds.
All right. Come on, we got to pick it back up.
Jordan Gainey catches fire from beyond the arc.
Ziegler on the move, finds Gainey, sets the feet, and buries the three.
Another assist for Ziegler. Top of the key. Connect wants to drive, can't. Kicks it off in the corner. Gainey, a three is good.
Jordan Gainey.
Gainey is second three-pointer of the night. I'll tell you what, you let him set his feet, he's going to make most of them. Right side, Gainey in the corner. Ziegler's going to launch another three, and that hits. Money.
Tennessee has been in the driver's seat literally since the opening tap.
Go, 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 Jonas.
37-22, Tennessee transition. Connect a three for the left wing is good.
And this one has really opened up in the first half.
And LSU's got to take another timeout. Tennessee now ups the lead to 18.
Got to keep running, all right? Guard. Again, keep them down, keep guarding them, all right? Everybody do their job on defense. You got it? Yep. Do your job. Rebound.
1 minute to go in the first half. Into a double team. Fall away, no. Long rebound, batted out. Meshack will have it. Tennessee will reset. Meshack's going to pull up and fire a three. Good. Meshack.
Actually a good 2 for 1.
That's the half. Tennessee goes to the locker room, leading LSU 50-27.
In the second half, Tennessee attacks with even more intensity.
Ziegler drives. On top, James, open. Three, good. Continues to be hot. They just picked LSU's defense apart till they got a good look. This 26-point lead for Tennessee, biggest of the night.
Hey, go swing all the way around. Swing all the way to Jonas. Swing, swing all the way around. Now, Jonas! Jonas!
Second half, Tennessee leads 53-29. 80 in the corner. They spread the floor.
Come on, Jonas!
Baker got a hand on it, so did Wright. Wright goes right to the basket, lays it up. Adu blocks his shot out of bounds. He dribbled right into Adu.
What happened right here? Just hand it to him?
No, the handoff, and he blew it up. He blew up the handoff.
53-29, Tennessee. LSU's got the ball. Baker on the baseline, working against James. Pulls up, throws up a little left-hand hook. Good on the baseline.
Tough shot.
Top of the key, Ward, a three on the way. That's no good. Ball stays alive. Hannibal comes out of there with it. Hannibal drops it off down low. Fountain against James. Hook shot on the baseline. Good.
Go grab the ball with two hands. Somebody, just grab the ball with two hands. Somebody, go get the ball with two hands. Again, they won that 4 minutes. All because of just nonsense. Get offensive rebounds. They scored on it both times. We got a rebound. That's your job. That's your job. I don't care if you ever score. Rebound the ball. You got to rebound it. Joe's got to rebound it. You understand? They got 4 offensive rebounds in 4 minutes. 4. The point is, they're winning this half. All right? You got to move the ball. You got to understand, man. Everybody in the gym wants to see you make the right play.
I got you.
Tennessee tries to build an insurmountable lead.
Cross-court Hannibal. Now to Wilkinson. His three on the way is good. That's his first bucket of the night. Gets it off the corner, Wilkinson. He hits another three. Back-to-back threes by Wilkinson. LSU is on a 7-0 run. There's the screen. Connect. Goes down the lane. The ball knocked away by Baker. LSU back the other way. Hannibal drops it off. Wilkinson a three. That's good. Wow. The Tigers roaring back. They've cut it down to 10.
10-point game. He's up on him right now. Late shot clock offense again. Wright stays with them. Connect on the drive. Got it! And the foul. Big time shot. Big time move.
Timeout.
Hey, man, we're not going to give these guys any life, and we just did. Our transition defense is awful, but we got to guard. We got to guard. We got to get stopped. Yep. Got to get stopped. All right? All right?
Play to win, man.
LSU tries to come back, but in the end, the Vols post a second straight wire-to-wire triumph.
Connect out at midcourt. Adu sets another pick. Now Adu goes over and then Connect gets around the pick and shoots a little 10-foot over Baker. 90 seconds to go. Adu takes it right away from Hannibal, who lost the handle in the lane. And now Tennessee will come up and spread it out. LSU made a run. Ziegler gives it off in the corner to Gainey. His three is good. Tennessee's going to come away with a 20-point lead over the LSU Tigers.
All right, guys. Good job. And, I mean, you guys know we weren't, again, I told the coaches this. We got beat in the second half, and the biggest reason, and you got to understand it, we got out-rebounded by what? 40-27. And I'm going to tell you right now, when we come back Thursday, that's all we're going to do. Because we got no shot at winning at A&M. They're the best offensive rebound team in the country. Z, good job, man. Z had a great night. What'd you have there, Z? That's
17 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds.
That's a good job, Z. Jordan, I thought you were great off the bench, man. I thought you were great off the bench. But I'm telling you right now, get your mind set Thursday. We're going to watch the tape tomorrow, but Thursday, we're going to, I don't care if we do it for an hour and a half. We're going to do it until we block out. I'm tired of talking about it. We talked about getting into green. We're going to get into green, everybody. Everybody understand that? Everybody. All right, let's go, get it in.
I got to take the trash out.
Few mid-major programs in the country have a better game day atmosphere than the Bradley Braves have inside Carver Arena. Today, the Braves host the Racers of Murray State in a consequential late-season Missouri Valley Conference game. Top 4 teams in the Valley receive a first-round bye at the conference tournament. With 3 games left, Drake has a 1-game lead over Northern Iowa. Bradley is 2 back. The Braves still have a chance for the title, and the Racers, they're trying to get into that top 4. Hi again, everybody. It's crunch time in the Valley alongside my good buddy Kevin Lehman. I'm Clay Manfick. Great to have you with us. All right, so Murray State was hoping to catch lightning late in the season, but not this way. They had a lightning strike on campus last Saturday, had to play the last 2 games on the road.
I tell you, Clay, I think it's galvanized this team. They had to go to Southern Illinois for the second time and got a win there, a 2-point win off 2 free throws with Kylan Milton in the closing seconds. So can they keep that momentum coming here into this Bradley venue?
Yeah, so they split those games. A loss to UNI, a gritty win against Southern. And point guard Jacoby Wood, he had 20 at Southern on Wednesday.
Well, Jacoby Wood, this is a program known for great point guards, and he's another in that long line. What's he bring to the table? Maturity, leadership, basketball IQ, and in that win at Southern Illinois, he had 15 points in the first half. Got him off to a great start.
Well, the Braves split a tough road trip. They won at first place Drake, and then a disappointing loss at Illinois State. Duke Dean is going to try to keep that league title hope alive here today.
Well, when the Duke gets hot, the Braves win games. He brings energy, enthusiasm, a spirit that elevates his teammates. He's a long-range sniper who is a pit bull on defense, and he's been sizzling the last 4 games, averaging 17 a game.
And you look at the numbers for Duke Dean, you can see, you know, it is a big difference from wins and losses, how he performs.
Yeah, no question. 15 points a game in those wins and just under 10 in those losses. When he gets it cooking, the Braves are winning basketball games.
Well, Brian Wardle in his 10th season, a couple of Valley tournament titles, a regular season conference title, going for career win number 275. With stops at Green Bay in the last decade, here with the Braves. And his counterpart is Steve Prohm, 3rd year of a second stint at Murray after 6 seasons at Iowa State. Yeah, he really loves the resiliency of his team, especially over this past week where they've been on the road. Steve Devine, Robert Felder, and Shane Staggs is the young group of officials today, as Murray State is in road white. And it is a red out for the Braves today inside Carver Arena in Peoria.
It's a Murray State team that wants to get up-tempo, play downhill. One of the best 3-point defensive teams, and they'll need it tonight because Bradley tops in the nation in 3-point percentage.
3rd straight game away from the CFSB Center for the Racers. Left Monday, still on the road, and they control the opening tip. As Ellington will hand off to Terrence Harcum. Their 3-point ace, but it's A.J. Ferguson who hits the first outside shot, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Racers.
Well, that's big for Murray State. Ferguson, they've been struggling with the 3-point line. They're going to play with 4 guards today against that length and size of Bradley.
There you see the starting 5 for the Braves. Dean, Zeke Montgomery, Christian Davis, Ahmet Yunovic, and Darius Hannah. And there is A.J. Ferguson. He's going to have to be a shutdown defender today. Number 7 is going to draw Dean.
They're going to put him on Dean, trying to go to the top of the screens. If you remember their win, Murray State's win at Drake, they used him on Sturts, did a fantastic job of slowing down that offense. Can he do it to the Bradley Braves?
Milton, Harcum, and Wood in the backcourt. Ellington and Ferguson up front. Harcum's going to try a 3. Got it. Good start for Murray State from outside. It'll be interesting to see if they can go toe-to-toe with the best 3-point shooting team in the country.
And Harcum's going to be matched up at this end on Darius Hannah. He's given up a lot of inches at the defensive end for Harcum.
Ellington picks up the first foul of the game. It's been an up-and-down season for Nick Ellington, but certainly has been good lately for the Racers.
And Bradley's going to send 3 different players at Ellington, trying to get him in foul problems.
Dean misses from the outside. The reigning player of the week in the Missouri Valley. Dean had 18 points in the win at Murray State in January. And now the ball is going to go back to the Braves.
Both teams need to avoid turnovers, Clay. Possessions will be precious.
Duke is the key in a lot of ways. He's been hot from 3 here in recent weeks. Turnover. Here comes Kylan Milton in free flight. He wanted a foul and he didn't get it.
Montgomery with a great recovery to get a piece of that ball.
Dean on the baseline, no. And the rebound strong by Ellington. It's Milton as the Racers want to push the pace. Ferguson from the corner. And he is fouled by Davis. So that'll be a 3-shot foul.
You see the quick hands there. Milton thought he had a run out. Great recovery from Montgomery. Gets the block. And Bradley keeps the possession.
So A.J. Ferguson is going to go to the line. A 69% foul shooter. And free throw shooting always key for Murray. They lead the Valley in attempts.
Big on their win at Southern Illinois. The ability to get to the free throw line and convert it for the Racers. They pulled out the win.
Yeah, they hit 23 of 25 at Southern Illinois. That was a large part of the reason they won the game. Let's look at that foul again.
Well, Murray State, they want to get up court quick and shoot threes before the defense is set. Christian Davis in a recovery late gets a piece of the hand.
And you know that's eaten up Davis because he's their best defender. And he takes such pride on that end of the floor.
And they can take him and move him to 4 different spots defensively. I got him on my Valley all-defensive team, Christian Davis.
What a start for Murray State, leading 9-0 out of the gate on the road. And I think you're onto something, Kevin. I think that situation with the Lightning has galvanized this team. They've spent a lot of time together the last several days as Jonovic misses with the left-hand hook.
They left Carver after that win on Wednesday. They've been in Peoria ever since.
Ferguson got it from outside. How about this start for the Racers? They're up a dozen, and we're not even 3 minutes into this game.
Raining threes, and they're getting off ball screens. The pitch, and there's the open triple. Racers off to a great start.
The thing about work, it's always changing. Whether advancements in AI, workplace policies, I&D initiatives, upskilling talent, whatever it is, we all have a work thing in front of us. But with the right perspective, what seems confusing or just out of reach can suddenly fall into place and push you towards achieving your business goals. If it's a work thing, it's a SHRM thing.
SHRM.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey.
All right, so onto the timeout. 12-0 Murray State. Bradley desperately needs an answer. Dean has it knocked away, and another turnover for the Braves.
Quick hands again by the Racers.
Now Harcum got it, and no, they're going to wave it off. Robert Felder, the official says no, that foul called on the floor.
Missouri State has come out early with quick hands, active. They want to play down court in transition with numbers. The push ahead, contact, and the foul.
This Murray State has been a interesting study this year. 3 straight wins in early January at Drake, at UNI. And we talked about beating Southern Illinois twice in Carbondale. This is a tough team on the road, and Brian Wardle certainly knows that.
A 5-4 on the road for the Racers, and you mentioned they made that sweep through Iowa, gave Drake and the Panthers a loss. No one else has been able to do that.
Bradley trying to make a stop. Ellington with the left hand. No, but a good clear by Kylan Milton. Fresh shot clock. Wood. His jumper from outside, no good. And Jonovic, the 7-footer, with the backside rebound.
And Murray's been getting great looks. That was another great look at the 3 because the ball movement.
It's Jaquan Johnson, pardon me. Jaquan Johnson, the freshman, in the game now for Bradley. As Dean rises up, still nothing to show for his efforts.
You hear Steve Prohm, he's calling out his sets. This is a team that runs a lot of sets in the half-court offense.
Wood to the corner. Milton Attacks on the baseline and great defense by Elmar Atlason, the 6'8" sophomore from Iceland.
Goes right straight to the ceiling. Atlason. Help side defense, bite on the ball fake, but Atlason comes up, gets a piece of the ball as he goes straight up. But I like what the Racers are doing, Clay. They're attacking the rim early in this game.
Markham just picked up his first foul. Dean's going to go to the bench as Brian Wardle brings in some fresh bodies. Bradley, the preseason pick to win the league, third place right now. And coming off that war on 74 loss at Illinois State Wednesday night. And I tell you, this doesn't look like a regular Bradley team at home. They are off right now.
Well, Ferguson, excellent defensive plays. He jumped over the screen and be able to get a steal and get that another easy 2 points.
Atlason attacks, good feed from the freshman Johnson, and Bradley is finally on the board.
Makes the 45 cut on the baseline drive. Atlason and the freshman Johnson finds him.
Brian Wardle said after that loss Wednesday night, we played like lightweights. Illinois State played like heavyweights. You know, especially coming off that inspirational win at Drake. You know, Bradley let down, and I think he thought that the team would be engaged out of the gate here today.
A huge win at Drake for the Braves, but turnovers are their problems, Clay. Bradley has to be a low turnover team.
Johnson off the back iron. And controlling it is A.J. Ferguson.
Bradley does not create extra possessions on the offensive glass like they did a year ago with Malave Leons. And they're not as disruptive defensively. They have to be much more efficient at the offensive end.
Now that foul on Atlas in a second. It's all Murray State to start, but a lot of game left. And this proud Bradley program certainly will try to have a response. But right now, the Racers racing out to a 14-2 advantage here in Peoria.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Cream on the left, one more episode. Cream on the right, we crushed the whole series.
Yes!
Oh, that was really good. Oreo, stay playful.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries. Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra. What we choose to know, we know completely. We are professional grade.
Next! Stuck at the DMV, and I think I'm late on my car insurance.
Good thing the General gives you a break with flexible payment options.
Let's get you a break while you wait.
What is this place?
This is our DMVIP.
Vending machine charcuterie.
Ooh. Is that guy getting a painted license?
Wait till the driving test.
Now that's a park job. For a great low rate, go with the General.
The Stadium Series. Red Wings, Blue Jackets. Saturday, March 1st on ESPN.
Well, Bradley has turned it over 4 times. Murray has turned that into 5 of their points so far. There's 14-2 lead. And Bradley, the best three-point shooting team in the country, has yet to hit one.
Well, and you've got a Murray State team that is excellent at defending the 3 ball. And let's go back that first game where Bradley wins at Murray. Bradley scores 20 points off turnovers. That script has been flipped early in this game.
Bradley, 41% from 3. That leads the nation. They have made 10 or more in 4 of their last 5 games. And 0 for 3 from outside the arc to start. This is a timeout that Brian Wardle will try to use to reset, because it's early in this game.
He's got to get the ball inside to Hannah because there's a mismatch in there, or sometimes Birch can create going one-on-one. If you're Murray, you're going to keep up the pressure at the defensive end. Ferguson has been sensational to start this game.
Murray picked third in the preseason poll. They could still finish in the top 4. They need to win out. Need Belmont to lose a couple more. And of course, the Racers go to Belmont next Sunday. That could be a monumental finish.
And they understand it starts right here. They've got to get a win today and continue that streak. Zoned by the Bradley Braves.
Harcum already has 1 3 in his back pocket. This is that one. Christian Davis gets the carry.
Duke Dean still on the bench for the Braves.
Juan Johnson, bounce pass to the 7-footer. Jonovich is going to be called for the offensive foul. And Meta looking at the official like, what did I do?
Ellington already playing with 1 foul. Recovers nicely, gets his feet set. Meta puts the shoulder down right in the middle of the chest, and Ellington with the hard fall.
Yeah, we talked to the big 7'1" Serbian after shoot-around today, and now an offensive foul called on Murray with the illegal screen. That's going to be on Jacoby Wood. What does Bradley need from Jonovich today?
Defense. He's got to plug up the middle with that big 7'6" wingspan at the defensive end. At the offensive end, he's great at setting screens, especially for Duke Dean, who's still on the bench. But see if today they'll maybe get Johnson some penetration. You can see the big number 14 up top, ready to set some screens.
He became a starter about a month ago, and he's trying to give Bradley a post presence. Off the miss, trying to keep it alive there. Ferguson, but he steps out of bounds. So Bradley's ball here with 13:48 to go, first half. Here's Steve Prohm. Has been in a hotel a lot here the last several days. They are going to be getting on a bus, leaving Peoria and heading home after this game, and we'll get home in the early morning hours tonight.
Active hands again as they collapse on Hannah on the post.
Jump ball possession arrow favors Bradley.
Watch the activity. Weak side defense comes over. And Lindsay, balls on the floor, and they are diving. 50-50 balls will be huge in this game. 3 white jerseys collapsing on Hannah.
Christian Davis, the quiet leader for the Braves, fires it in. There's Zeke Montgomery, rattles out. And now Bradley 1 of 8 from the field.
Wardle's trying to get the crowd involved.
Boy, you don't see that very often. Wardle imploring the fans to get involved. And Jonovich gets the rebound. Davis finds Hannah, trying to back down Wood. Leans in, can't get it to go, trying to get his own miss. Out of bounds, who's got it? And it's belonged to Murray. How about Brian Wardle, though? Saying, hey, we need you. We need you to be the 6th man today.
Duke Dean provides that energy on the court. They need the crowd here in the Carver Arena to help this team.
You know, a week from tomorrow, the regular season is over, and Bradley still has a chance to win the regular season.
They need a little help, the Drake Bulldogs, but they got the Panthers coming in next Sunday.
Kylan Milton's reverse strong. Now James Bradley trying to chip away at a 12-point deficit. Dean at the elbow, swings it across for Hannah. Jonovich trying to post up. Good defense by Kyron Lindsay, who's in the game now for the Racers. Dean leaning into a 3, off the lip, got it back. Now here's Zeke. Montgomery gets the crowd to get up.
The offensive rebound, the defense is scrambled. Montgomery steps into an open three.
Montgomery has a mark under his right eye from the game against Illinois State. You talk about a physical contest. He had a collision with Johnny Kinziger on Wednesday. Turnaround. Lindsay, no good. Here come the Braves.
Tough shot by Lindsay, fading away the 7-footer in front of him.
Montgomery rises up again, not this time. Yonovich keeps it alive.
Yonovich had to switch on the guard. Milton, big height advantage inside for Yonovich.
Baseline, Davis. Yonovich with 5 on the shot clock. Looking for help. Turns, fires, wild shot. Didn't draw iron.
Got tied to the tracks, nowhere to go.
Good defensive set that time for Murray. Milton misses on the run. Yonovich kicks it out. Darius Hannah. The southpaw can't get it to go. Ferguson out of bounds, belongs to the Braves. When we come back, Murray State has controlled this game from the opening tip, but Brian Wardle imploring his guys to get back in this one, and there's certainly plenty of time.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs Indeed, America's #1 lotion tissue.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Darling, you're the one for me. Give me all your love.
My name is Yo Murphy, played in the NFL with the Rams. Now I'm having an opportunity to train some of the best to ever play. This year we had 40 NFL vets and 25 combine guys. Vinia is my secret weapon.
Take it from the pros. Vinia is the red grape circulation superfood for better blood flow and peak performance.
Blood flow is king because of the oxygen. Through the muscles, through the heart, through the lungs. You got to keep pushing that gas pedal to achieve greatness. Try Vinia and you'll feel the difference.
Act now and get your first month free. Guaranteed results or your money back.
Hollow socks are specifically designed to keep your feet happy all year round, no matter the weather.
Hollow socks alpaca fibers are moisture wicking, so sweat is carried away and my feet stay drier longer. We solve socks. Go to hollowsocks.com to upgrade your sock game today.
Now defense, an early storyline in this one.
Must have been 5 steals by this active Murray State Racer defense, and it's led to 6 points off those turnovers. You're getting it downhill and nobody back to defend. Active hands by the Racers. Can they keep it going here after this timeout?
And because of the defense, we've seen just 1 field goal in the last 4 minutes and 50 seconds for these two teams combined after Murray State just came charging out of the gates. This game has kind of become a defensive affair the last several minutes.
Ellington on the bench now for the Racers with 2 fouls. That brings in Tyron Lindsay. Not as talented at the offensive end as Ellington, but can give them the defense and rebounding that the Racers need.
Ellington 14 points, 8 rebounds Wednesday in that 2-point win over Southern Illinois in Carbondale. So yeah, he's on the bench. And you can see the field goal shooting, just an ice cold start for Bradley. 1 of 7 from 3.
When the shot they hit were off offensive boards when the defense was scrambled.
Quan Johnson staying in the game, trying to make something happen out of the timeout. Scores, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point chance.
High ball screen on the timeout. He's able to get an edge and get his feet in the paint, contact, and off the window.
I'll tell you, the freshman, Kevin, can get hot. He had 27 in Northern Iowa a few weeks ago. You and I were courtside for that one. I know he's a guy that you really like.
He's fearless. He's not afraid of the moment. Jaquan Johnson, the freshman. He's physically strong, and he is fearless in his approach.
42 steals on the year. Has him top 5 in the Valley. Not among freshmen, that's among everybody.
Shewin, all freshman team in the Valley with Johnson.
Shot clock at 5 for Murray State. Here's Jacoby Wood. Harkham for 3 from the wing. And now the Braves have a chance to continue their comeback, down 6. Get this to 1 possession with a 3. Thomas got it. How about Corey Thomas, the 6'10 JUCO transfer? I'll tell you, he was a matchup problem for the Racers last month.
16 points for Bradley in their win over Murray State.
It's a 10-0 run since Brian Wardle got the crowd involved. Now a foul away from the ball. And it's going to be on Corey Thomas, junior from Buford, Georgia. That's a 15 foul on Bradley. And again, Murray State, they get to the line a lot.
One of the tops in the country, but they got to continue to drive those gaps. They're going to see the zone here on the OB under.
Harkham draws iron again, and here's Johnson with the rebound. Quan off balance, making things happen.
Brian Wardle likes freshmen because they bring energy to the court. We've got a freshman right here that is attacking this Racer defense.
That foul on Wood, his first. As Johnson goes to the line. 77% foul shooter. Well, coming up, 8 Eastern over on ESPN tonight. 15th ranked Missouri and Fayetteville to take on the Hogs. And then we'll cap the night in the Big 12, number 19 Arizona and BYU in our West Coast primetime game at 10 Eastern.
Missouri coming off that huge win over number 4 Alabama. Can they keep the momentum going?
Johnson gets the back end of the 2. Now Bradley within 3. And Murray has gone scoreless since the 15:52 mark.
Play around the edge, the Racers. They need to get back into some penetration. Ellington back in the game for Murray State.
Alden Applewhite trying to make an impact off the bench. He's number 13 in white. Ferguson sealed off by Davis. 5 on the shot clock. Wood penetrates, and there's another foul on Corey Thomas.
Well, Clay, you just mentioned it. This Racer team shoots more free throws than anybody in the Valley. This is how they do it. Penetration, get your feet in the paint, get some contact, and now step to the line. Jacoby Wood, their senior leader.
Wood shoots 75%. We talked about him coming out that team-high 20 in the win over Southern on Wednesday. He averages 14 points per game in the league play, and that finally ends the Bradley run. Jacoby Wood. Talk to Steve Proman, he'll tell you this guy really has a high basketball IQ.
Oh, unbelievable, and he is their leader on the court and off. Started that career at Belmont, played there 2 years, and transferred in to Murray. Actually got his 1,000th point as a Racer against his old school, Belmont.
So Wood gets them both. Back to 5 for Murray State. Here's Davis, catch and shoot. Hits the 3. Christian Davis, his first field goal.
Well, really good action there by Bradley, what we call a ghost screen. Davis came up, faked the screen, faded out. No defender fouled him, open triple.
Christian Davis, he was their leading scorer off the bench last year, has been a good leader. The starting lineup for the Braves this year, and now a foul. And this is going to go against Murray.
The length of Bradley is now causing problems for Murray. They can't get penetration inside that perimeter defense.
Well, that foul on Ellington is his third. And so Nick Ellington has to sit down, and that is a big development with 8:14 to go in the first half.
And Lindsey has to come in. Ellington more talented at the offensive end than Lindsey.
Well, and Steve Prohm only goes about 8 deep. So he doesn't have a ton of depth to begin with, and now Ellington is on the bench.
Well, that's what he needs from Lindsey right there. Defense and rebounding. And Steve Prohm is, even back to his days at Iowa State, 7.5, maybe 8-man rotation.
Kyron Lindsey, you just talked about him. No points Wednesday night, 0 for 4 shooting, but gets that little left-handed shot to go down.
Well, nice job of going to the open spot for Lindsey, and an easy drop in.
Johnson in the corner, and the freshman makes this a 1-point game.
He's Duke Dean's running mate. Lots of speed in the backcourt when you put Dean and Johnson in together.
Wood has it blocked by Dean. Duke head up to push this into the front court. He's going to shoot it himself. Got it. And Bradley has come all the way back to take the lead. A 14-2 deficit. And Murray State now down 2, needs a timeout.
Now the emotional leader for the Braves, he gets some cooking, and the Braves get involved.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
Here you leave today and enter
a world of galaxies.
A world of speed.
A world of other worlds.
For whatever you love, infinite worlds await.
Why is Navage trusted by millions?
Before Navage, I was not living my best life because I could not breathe. The huge difference is the fact that Navage pulls it out. It's very gentle in the sense of when that suction happens, it's literally grabbing that water and that mucus and it's bringing it out into this tank. It's worth every penny that you pay for it. This product changed my life.
And for stuffy little noses, pick up the new Navage Baby Aspirator, now at Walmart in the baby department.
Guys, stop dressing like this. Dress like this. This is the perfect polo for any occasion, and the comfort and stretch are unmatched. The signature firm semi-spread collar adds a touch of sophistication and class, but still gives you that everyday comfort with the relaxed fit. Easily elevate the look by throwing on one of Collars & Co.'s sweaters, and because of the design of the polo, it'll look as if you're wearing a dress shirt underneath. Head over to Collars & Co. now to elevate your style and comfort. Use code TV for 20% off site-wide at collarsandco.com.
Well, Bradley started 0 for 4 from 3, and Brian Wardle says, hey, we got to get this crowd going. And now they're 4 of their last 6 from outside and have the lead for the first time.
And 4 threes from 4 different players as they spread their wealth around. Johnson, the freshman, hits one. But then Duke Dean comes in transition. He has a spirit that elevates his teammates. So Duke drops in a triple for the Braves.
Murray started on a 14-0 run in this game, but now Bradley a 20-4 run. And Bradley, again, coming off a disappointing trip to Normal, Illinois. And, you know, Brian Wardle, you could sense the disappointment today when we talked to him a little bit. You know, especially coming off that big win at Drake in Des Moines.
They were physical and really involved in Drake. And I thought a little bit soft going in Illinois State. Illinois State got to the free throw line. Now Bradley has certainly picked up the juice here as of late.
Under 7 minutes to go, first half. Harcum 1 of 4 from outside. In fact, he hasn't taken a two-point shot yet. He has now, got it, and one. So Harcum will get a chance at a three-point play.
The Racers need to play downhill. Drive it in the gaps, get your feet in the paint. Harcum with a great play. Eye on the prize as that one kisses off the window for him.
He's the App State transfer. He really needs Kevin to be their best three-point shooter.
When he's on, they have been able to get some huge wins, hit some big triples to beat Drake, and then a couple nights later at Northern Iowa did the same.
I think it's an old-fashioned three-point play this time.
At the defensive end, Harcum's got to match up on Hannah. This is the one that Steve Promo's worried about because they're going to play a four-guard lineup. The Racers are. They'll have mismatches at the defensive end.
Quan Johnson leads Bradley with 7 points. Big man Thomas shot fake. Davis drives the baseline, guarded by Harcum. Great effort by Davis to get the shot off, and it's tipped up and in by his teammate.
Size and length of Bradley is working the offensive glass.
Darius Hannah gets those 2 off the rebound. Hannah had 16.7 rebounds in the first meeting. Here comes Bradley now, leading by 1. Johnson attacks again. Wild shot, got it to go off the window.
Get some English on that drive. Again, in transition, Johnson puts his head down and goes right to the rim.
Freshman out of Milwaukee. He has 9. Milton for 3. That's tapped out of bounds. And a sting on this end.
But Brian Warland turned to his freshman to ignite this Bradley team, and he has answered the call. Getting to the rim, spin. Johnson, big lift off the bench.
Ellington on the bench for Murray State has 3 fouls. Turnover as Duke Dean gets the takeaway on the inbounds play. Johnson will try 3 now. Yes! No, nothing he can't do here in the first half.
Transition baskets for Bradley before the Racers can set their defense.
Braves have made 9 of their last 14 shots and now out to their biggest lead. 6 points.
Johnson with 12.
That missed everything. Hannah in transition. Got the bounce. Boy, now it's all Bradley. What a contrast from the way this game started. And the fans maybe were sitting on their hands early, but they certainly aren't now.
Active hands, Dean digs one out. They got numbers in transition. The unselfish pass the corner, and the freshman. And now Hannah on the run out. Everything's going in for the Braves as they have made a big comeback and a big run.
Darius Hannah has been a pillar of this team the last 5 years. This is a program record 144th career game today for number 35. He came to Peoria, Kevin, as a 170-pound freshman that suffered an ACL tear his senior year of high school, and he has turned into a 6'9", 205-pound veteran who you wonder where this team would be without him.
Well, I like about his game, he's unselfish. He can defend multiple positions. Long, can now shoot the 3 ball, can score on the block. Multi-level scorer. As you mentioned, he set the record for games played by a Bradley Brave and had scored his 1,000th point against Belmont just a few weeks ago.
Now Steve Prohm's team looking for answers after a great start. They really cooled off, but now Jacoby Wood, the senior for Cleveland, Tennessee, a guy that they need to follow, gets that big outside shot to go.
And he loves going to his left for that pull-up three. It's on every scouting report. He was still able to get to his spot.
Kylan Milton picks up his first for Murray State. And this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Jaquan Johnson. Now the free throw percentage for Bradley, second in the Valley at 77%. And you point to this statistical category the last time they met in January, and it was a difference maker. Bradley went 17 of 19 at the line against the Racers.
Beat him at the free throw line and beat him with points off turnovers. And in this last run, that's what they've gotten, points off turnovers for the Braves.
Ferguson fouled on the baseline. That'll be on Hanna. First on Hanna.
And it arrives late. Ferguson able to keep his momentum going. Get the contact, and Johnson gets a big hand from the Braves faithful as he takes a seat on the bench. Well-deserved 12 points for Johnson.
A.J. Ferguson is going to go to the line for the 1-and-1. He came out like a house of fire in this game today. He had a team-high 12 points against Bradley in January and hasn't scored in double figures the last 3 games. But he's going to be in double figures today.
It started the defensive end play. He got real active with his hands. He had the assignment to guard Duke Dean, and that led to easy baskets in transition.
He has 11. Back to a 3-point game.
Now he's back on Dean. Trying to go over the top of any ball screens.
29-26 Braves. Bradley, good adjustment mid-air. And Kyron Lindsay is fouled, and Elmar Atlason doesn't like the call, but that's going to be his 3rd foul. So now Atlason, who's not a starter but a key man off the bench for the Braves, in early foul trouble.
And if you look at the free throws, now they're starting to mount up for Murray State. They're a perfect 8 for 8 from the line as Lindsay steps up there. When the Racers are at their best, they get to the free throw line, they get their feet in the paint and make plays for themselves or their teammates.
Murray has only missed 2 of their last 33 free throws. Going back to last game.
Now the win at Southern Illinois, Milton steps up with 2.5 seconds left and drains 2 free throws to give them the 2-point win over the Salukis.
Bradley's lead is 1, and kind of like we have seen with these two earlier in the season, it's a game of runs.
Well, those runs are because of turnovers. Both teams trying to keep low turnovers, the other team getting easy baskets by forcing miscues.
Dean trying to take Wood off the dribble, lost it, gets it back, falling away, in and out. And Ferguson will clear it. 3.5 to go in the half.
Good gang rebounding by Murray State. They got to send all those white jerseys to the glass.
Ferguson goes to Lindsay. 7'1" Jonovic defending, and how about Lindsay falling down to the floor hard, but he gets it to go, and it's a 9-0 run for the Racers.
I like the way Lindsay attacked the big man, Jonovic.
Back in front. Davis, good rebound. Attacks, got it, and he'll go to the line.
Christian Davis does all the little things that help you win games. There's the shot. He's picking up the loose change, and the putback, a chance for a 3-point play for Bradley.
Ketchup, in my opinion, it's the epitome of where art meets science. Everything from flavor to color to texture is scrutinized. Am I a ketchup nerd? Absolutely.
Now here's a little Wendy's menu hack for you. If you want a super fresh, high-quality burger every time, just tell them you want a hamburger. And then they'll give you one right off the grill. Made for you, not waiting on you. No code words required. Every single hamburger, every single time. Okay, so that's not really a menu hack. When it's made fresh every time, gotta be Wendy's.
It's native. Aluminum-free 72-hour odor protection. Who wants aluminum and all those extra ingredients in their deodorant? No thanks. Aluminum-free odor protection with just 9 clean ingredients isn't a myth. It's native.
Meet Ron. Ron eats, sleeps, and breathes hoops.
Us? Not us.
And there's not a no-look pass, double-double, or a buzzer beater he won't wax poetic on, ad nauseum. But oh, how he can nail a software solution like the best high-screen pick-and-roll you've ever seen. You need Ron. Ron needs a retirement plan. Work with Principal so we can help you help Ron with a retirement and benefits plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
It is March Madness, baby.
Let's go. This is just spectacular. There's nothing stopping them right now. The celebration is on.
March Madness begins March 19th.
Being like just a kid from Maine, and people were just kind of underestimating me.
Was ready before I was born.
Are you serious? It is actually high school. Wow.
Tuesday, 7 Eastern, the U and Duke. Cooper Flagg. I mean, there's some talk that he might actually come back to Duke next year. Do you think there's any validity to that?
He made the statement. He's enjoying his college experience, but I think once his financial advisor gets a hold of him and talks about max contracts in the NBA, that he will decide to leave.
Well, it would be great for college basketball if he does, but I find it highly unlikely.
What a complete game. 20 points a game. And I love the way his ability to pass.
Well, Bradley fell behind 14-0 in this game as Murray raced out to a big lead, no pun intended. And now Bradley a chance for Davis to get a three-point play out of that timeout. Missed the free throw.
And the runs have come by each team by forcing turnovers and getting in the open court. First it was the Racers, and then Bradley stepped up their defense.
Here at Carver Arena, Clay Matvick, Kevin Lehman, under 3 minutes to go first half. Milton 1 of 7 from the field, but he's going to draw the foul.
That is a great example of why the Racers get to the free throw line so many times. They played side to side, turn the corner, and get downhill, feet in the paint, create contact, step to the free throw line.
First foul on Birch, another foul shot coming. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. College Game Day crew in Raleigh for our women's basketball feature triple header. Notre Dame, NC State at noon, North Carolina, Louisville at 2, and then LSU and Kentucky in the SEC at 4. Pretty good afternoon for women's hoops.
I watched Notre Dame the other night. They are a fun team to watch play.
This has been a fun game to watch, too. 1-point lead for Murray, and now Davis gives it back to the Braves with a three.
Same play they ran after earlier timeout. It's the ghost screen by Davis. It worked once. Let's go back to it again.
8 points for Christian Davis. Lindsay. Good defense by Corey Thomas, and here come the Braves.
Big length inside from the Bradley Braves. Difficult to score with the top. There's the mismatch they like.
Yeah, big height advantage for Hannah on Wood. Wood holding his ground, but a great shot by Darius Hannah using the glass.
The Murray State guards are physical and they're used to playing post players, but Hannah, too long, soft touch.
Lindsay in a lot of minutes here in the first half with Ellington in foul trouble early. And Lindsay will get to the line. Ellington picked up his third foul with about 8 minutes left in this first half. it's kind of when everything started to change in Bradley's favor for a while.
But Lindsey has come off the bench and really given them a lift.
Yeah.
He scored that left-hand hook over the right shoulder, and he's gotten himself to the free throw line. That's been what's kept the Racers within distance here. 12 and now 13 to 13 from the line for Murray State.
Well, Corey Thomas just picked up his third foul. So you have Atlason with 3, Thomas with 3, and Ellington for Murray State with 3. And the foul shooting continues to be perfect for Murray State. 14 of 14 at the line.
They have to keep driving in the paint. And Bradley, great three-point shooting.
Darius Hannah, another mismatch here with Wood. Spins and foul. A little reach in there by Wood. It's going to be the third on Jacoby. No, pardon me, second. That is the second on Jacoby.
Well, he's giving up height. He's trying to use his strength to keep Hannah off balance. And Murray State worked on that. They knew they'd have mismatches. Their biggest concern, Steve Prohm, was that problem guarding Hannah, because a guard was going to be on him, especially with Ferguson guarding Duke Dean.
Meanwhile, Bradley 2 of 6 from the line.
Coach
to keep an eye on.
Posting pressure after a free throw.
Under a minute to go in the half. Ferguson attacks. Good block by Jonovic. Oh, but the stick back by Lindsey. Caught it off the miss, puts it back, and draws the foul.
Lindsey has been active this entire first half. Great movement, finding the basketball, and he's got a extremely quick release.
Kyron Lindsey, junior from Denton, Texas. Texas Tech transfer, also played his freshman year in Athens, Georgia for the Bulldogs. In fact, started quite a few games his rookie year.
Coaching changed, so he left Georgia, went to Tech, and now has found a home here at Murray State and getting in a huge lift in his first half.
Johnson has it poked away, tries to keep it alive, and threw it off Milton, but Milton tracks it down in the corner.
Great defense by Lindsey.
1 second difference between game clock and shot clock. But basically, Murray State can bleed this half down.
They like to run Harkham on the baseline off screens. Here he comes.
Oh, he's fouled by Dean. And that is going to be a 3-shot opportunity for Harkham. And that's the 3rd foul on the Duke.
Harkham comes off the baseline, some staggered screens, and then he comes up. Dean, just a little rub on the forearm, and see it here again. Got him on the right elbow.
Crowd hates it, as they know what that means. Duke Dean becomes the 3rd Brave to 3 fouls before the end of the first half.
Look at all the free throws that the Racers are shooting. They've been very aggressive in attacking the interior of the defense.
Atlason, Thomas, Dean, all with 3.
The Racers are the best when they get their feet in the paint.
Murray State jumps out to a 14-0 lead after the opening tip, and they'll have a 3-point lead at the half. Murray State hits 17 of 18 free throws in the first half. Foul trouble will be a storyline. Zubin and Tom in the studio after this timeout.
But wait, there's Marco's.
Get more of what you crave with Marco's new More menu, starting at just $5 each when you spend $7.99 or more.
But wait, there's more. More sides, more desserts, more pizza.
More variety, more flavor, more Marco's.
The Queen is here.
The Royal Jewels. Presenting Tyson lightly breaded boneless chicken bites. Always been Tyson.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
Hollow socks are specifically designed to keep your feet happy all year round, no matter the weather.
Hollow socks alpaca fibers are moisture wicking, so sweat is carried away and my feet stay drier longer. We solve socks. Go to hollowsocks.com to upgrade your sock game today.
This is TGL presented by SoFi. 24 of the best players in the world, no, the universe, pitted against each other 3 versus 3. 6 teams in a first-of-its-kind arena. We added shot clocks, mic'd up players, playoffs, overtime, and you get to watch it all on ESPN, baby. Keep up. It's golf.
Goriana, jewelry you'll love. Find us in-store and online.
See, toe fungus is not just an embarrassing cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. Even small spots can spread and get worse. Drugstore remedies and prescriptions just don't get to the root cause of your fungus. That's why this simple 2-minute hack has gone viral. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. It works by deeply penetrating and disrupting the cellular structure of the fungus. Thousands are literally wiping their fungus clean and showing off their toes again. And now you can try it totally risk-free. Go to crystalflush.com.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
And we welcome you inside the halftime report. We had 2 top 10 matchups on Saturday. One came in the Big 12. Whoa. Houston making its presence felt literally and figuratively. Iowa State playing without Keyshawn Gilbert and Curtis Jones, and L.J. Cryer, coach, made him pay.
Well, it was really just too much L.J. Cryer today. 28 points. He was so good in the second half. They got excellent guard play out of Emmanuel Sharp, out of Milo Juzon, but it's L.J. Cryer, and he played like an All-American today. That he did.
Houston, last year in their first year in the league, won it outright. Looks like they might be on their way to doing it again. 68-59, they get it done at the Fertitta Center. College game day was in the house earlier. You knew Iowa State was going to be up against it with Tom Crean. I'm Zubin Mehenti. So Iowa State playing under man, totally get it. But they hung in for a large part of this game.
Well, they hung in, and they also only got 2 baskets from Deshaun Jackson and Joshua Jefferson. They combined to go 2 of 13. Now, you would not have expected that to happen. And defense held them in. They moved the ball. Nate Heisey came in and got 12 inside of this game. Lipsy was very solid. But if you're TJ Otzelberger, you're feeling not great about the loss, but you're feeling pretty good about your upside, and especially the fact if you get a chance to face Houston again, because Houston really, they couldn't put them away, and it didn't get settled until very, very late in this game. But that's why Houston is Houston. They find a way, even when they're not at their best, they find a way to finish it off.
Speaking of being at their best and finding a way, that would probably be a good way to describe Auburn this year. Georgia hung with them all game long, but you're going to see Cardwell and then a couple Broom baskets, and they pull away.
Well, frankly, the difference in this game was Janai Broom. That's it. And that there was really no answer for Janai Broom. He played like a National Player of the Year candidate. He ended up with 31 inside of the game. But Georgia got anything that they wanted. They had good guard play. Both teams shot high percentages. But this game really came down to plays like this. They guarded Broom in single coverage. He's just too good for that. But credit Georgia and their guards for the way they came in and battled inside of that game. And Asa Newell will be a lottery pick when that day comes.
Janai Broome, third game at Auburn with at least 30. Gainey in College Station in another top 10 showdown. This one in the SEC. Here comes Wade Taylor to try to keep the Aggies in it.
Well, he did. Wade Taylor is an absolute coast-to-coast nightmare. But it's plays like this. Zakai Ziegler off the inbounds. That took it from 3 to a 6-point game. That was really all it was. Tennessee got tremendous guard play. Chaz Lanier, Gainey, Ziegler combined for 60 of the 77.
Look at Jeremiah Fears for Oklahoma taking down top 25 Mississippi State. This is a game they really needed.
Well, they really did. But sitting where they are in Joe Lunardi's bubble area, fantastic win for them, especially with Wake Forest losing today on those projections. They got the play from Fears, Duke Miles, Jalen Moore. They were fantastic. But look at this. In the paint, does the sidestep, comes back, shoots the turnaround, bucket. And Mississippi State's the real deal, Zubin. There's no doubt about that. And they deserve their ranking, but huge win for Oklahoma at home.
I know you're a big Chris Jans guy. Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, Malik Dia. Ole Miss storms back to take the lead. They were down huge early.
Well, they were, and they came back. I mean, Chris Beard's teams are going to fight. They're going to keep coming back. But Dia and Padula were really the two main guys for Ole Miss today. But there was way more movement on offense for Vanderbilt with cuts like that for Mannion. That was the difference. Vanderbilt, they didn't get a great day out of A.J. Hoggard, but they played fantastic. They moved the ball. They made timely shots.
Speaking of big wins and timely baskets, kind of looked like with Tunje here in the run out that Wisconsin is going to house Oregon. That's not what happened.
Well, it isn't. And Tunje had a really good day, 22 points, but it took him 20 shots to get there. What this was about, Oregon defended. They defended. They moved the ball. They had 5 guys in double figures. We see the Jackson Shellstad shot. Wisconsin went into this game leading the Big Ten in three-point shooting at 39%. They didn't get enough of those. Only 25% today, and they didn't capitalize with offensive boards or free throws. Nate Biddle took over in the overtime. Big win for Oregon on the road.
He had 6 in the extra session. Texas Tech bouncing back from a little bit of an up-and-down week, taking on severely undermanned West Virginia. It was a rout.
Well, it really was. They did a great job on Javon Small, but J.T. Toppin was the National Player of the Week this week. He came back and had a fantastic game after a subpar game at TCU the other night. But look at Elijah Hawkins. Gets his own rebound, knocks it down. Really good point guard play. But Texas Tech can do a lot of different things. Throwing the ball ahead, scoring from their defense, being able to play inside out. That's the kind of win they had at West Virginia.
Your second half is on the way.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Good-looking seal. A blast of tropical lime.
I'm down on my knees, begging you please.
What are y'all doing?
We're showing all our love to Black founded brands.
So what makes you feel this is love?
The way this carrot's fit got us feeling fresh.
And how this lip bar shade helps my glow up.
I think we know a thing or two about spreading the love.
Show us how you spread the love for Black founded brands.
Want to be an engineer, a game designer, a future CEO, or maybe just figure it out as you go? At Bradley, we've got you covered. Hands-on learning? Check. Career connections? Double check. Lifelong friends? Triple check. At BU, you can find the right fit and become whoever you want to be. Be authentic. Be brave. Be curious. And whatever you do, be you. Bradley University. Apply today.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking
about our honeymoon.
What about Africa? Safari.
Hot air balloon rides.
Swim with elephants.
Wait, can we afford a safari?
Great question. Like everything, takes a little planning.
Or put the money towards a down payment.
On a ranch.
In Montana.
With horses.
Let's take a look at those scenarios.
JP Morgan Wealth Management has advisors in Chase branches and tools like Wealth Plan to help keep you on track.
When you're planning for it all, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Dayquil VapoCool?
It's Dayquil, plus a brush of Vicks Vapors.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, power through your day medicine.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
Who's volunteering to do this? Not me. Maybe you, Kev. 39-36 at the half. As Murray State has the lead over Bradley. The Braves at home today. And this is the best three-point shooting team in the country for a reason, Kev.
Well, they're going to run what we call ghost string. They ran this twice. You can see right there, Jacoby Wood guarding Christian Davis, the screener, but he doesn't really screen. As we run this through, there's the two defenders. Christian Davis wide open. He hit 2 threes on that play. As you said, Clay, they lead the country in three-point percentage, and that is why.
Bradley started 1 of 7 from outside the arc, 5 of their last 6 in the first half. Second half coming up, 39-36 Murray.
You just can't beat a post-game burger at McDonald's, right? And you can't beat the Angel Reese Special. All right, let's break it down. It's a quarter pounder with my favorite barbecue sauce, American cheese, crispy bacon, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun. Get the Angel Reese Special at McDonald's. What are you waiting for?
Together, we can save the planet from all those soulless, self-driving sleep pods everyone else keeps polluting our streets with. Gah!
Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $3,000 bonus cash allowance on the all-new 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona.
This Pro Show has those shoes you've been looking for.
What? Bid for me.
Look, you won!
Yes! Can you sell my stuff on there like that?
You can.
I'm gonna make so much money.
Download the Poshmark app to discover all the ways you can buy and sell today.
Darling, you're the one for me. Give me all your love.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
Let's go walking in the city tonight. I'm feeling heavy and I can't explain how I feel for you. You got me dizzy and I'm feeling blue. Like my fancy shoes, I wore them just for you.
Are you certain he'll fit?
Sure.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Need promo gear? 4imprint certainly got it. Apparel, drinkware, bags, and more. Go get it at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Hey, I'm Daniel, one of the founders of Ridge. My dad and I realized that most wallets are falling apart, stuffed to the max, and barely fit in your back pocket. So we set out to create something better. Ridge is built to last a lifetime and is the perfect balance of modern style and durability. Find yours at ridge.com.
Nice Oakleys, Stipe. Where'd you get them?
GovX.com.
Man, I gotta get me one of those. Where'd you get it?
GovX.com.
Hey, Stipe, nice boots. Where'd you get those?
GovX.com. Use it. Exclusive deals for first responders, military, and law enforcement only at GovX.com.
Back in Peoria, Illinois, the home of Bradley University. The Braves down 3 at the half. Alongside Kevin Lehman, I'm Clay Matnick back here in Carver. It's been a game of runs, and what a start for Murray. They jump out to a 14-0 lead Foul trouble is going to be a real concern for both of these teams. Each side has stars in trouble going into the second half.
Well, if you look at the Racers, they went to the free throw line 18 times and made 17. They're top 50 in the nation in free throws attempted. Kyron Lindsey came off the bench and gave him a huge lift.
Duke Dean's going to actually start the second half on the bench for Bradley. 3 players in foul trouble for the Braves. Ferguson really good. Hit some early baskets to get Murray out to a great start. The freshman Johnson with 12 points in the first half for Bradley as they finally woke up. And it took some imploring by the head coach, Brian Wardle, trying to get the crowd involved, trying to get his team back involved. Whatever he said, it worked.
Well, they did it with defense, too. Bradley Braves started creating some turnovers. They got in the open court. Johnson being very aggressive, got to the rim, knocked in a couple threes. They got the Braves back in this game. And as Brian Wardle said, they need to create turnovers, and they need to cut their own turnovers down.
Jaquan Johnson was 12 points. He only had 8 total points in the last 4 games combined. He's going to start the second half for the Braves. Johnson, Hanna, Junovich, Montgomery, and Davis out on the floor for the Braves. And Ellington, who's playing with 3 fouls, has the ball. Hands off to Harcum. Harcum drives and scores. Again, he's known as an outside guy, but when he makes up his mind to attack, pretty hard to stop.
That time over the 7-footer, lifted up with his left hand. Harcum at that big wide body hips. Great balance.
Baseline shot from the short corner. Darius Hanna. He had 6 in the first half. Give him a couple there.
Hanna, one of the seniors for the Braves, needs to step up and bring this team back.
Harcum back in familiar territory outside the arc. Buries one. He had 1 in the first half.
He's been in a slump from the three-point line, but has broken out of it today.
Harcum with 11. On the baseline, picking it up is Milton. Colin Milton had the game-winning free throws with 4 seconds left in Carbondale the other night. Both of these teams playing for seeding for Arch Madness, which starts a little over a week. Ellington deep down below the rim. Made the catch and got it up and in.
Great look down by Harcum as he came off the screen and just lofted it up. The defense was not looking. Ellington with a great conversion.
First points for Nick Ellington. Spent a lot of that first half on the bench with fouls. Montgomery misses.
Harcum's been excellent at both ends, offensively and defensively, to start this half. Steve Prohm telling his team, run the same play again.
Harcum again from 3. Not this time. Junovich gets the rebound. Junovich doesn't have any points, but he has 5 rebounds, team high.
Junovich takes up a lot of space defensively.
Montgomery falling away.
Montgomery has really been quiet. He's a look in his face, not a lot of confidence in his shot.
You and I talked to him at shoot-around today. He decided to come back to Bradley after 1 year away at Rhode Island, the day after the season ended last year.
Went in the portal, the first phone call from his old coach, Brian Wardle.
This pass to a wide-open Milton in the corner, and he hits his first 3.
Murray State running some great half-court action, run the baseline, staggered screens, playing to the right side, bringing it back to the left.
And Brian Wardle decides to call an early timeout. Doesn't want to see Murray jump out to a great start here in the second half like they started the game. So he uses a timeout as Murray State has built a good lead here again in Peoria, 49-38.
Good-looking seal. A blast of tropical lime.
Let's go walking in the city tonight. I'm feeling heavy and I can't explain how I feel for you. You got me dizzy and I'm feeling blue. Like my fancy shoes, I wore them just for you.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
The valley runs deep.
We have all Americans. We have champions.
We have Olympians.
We have legends.
And the valley just got deeper.
Piece by piece. Good luck dealing with this team when they get repetition and right.
These guys, when they compete at a high level, it's gonna be fun.
Piece by piece.
Two of the greatest to ever lace them up.
Piece by piece.
It's Saturday primetime in a Sunday showcase doubleheader on ABC.
Murray State on a 10-2 run to start the half. Hey, here's our NBA Saturday primetime game tonight on ABC and ESPN+. LeBron and Luka leading the Lakers against Jokic and the Nuggets. Coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern. And when you think of great NBA players, think a lot of the guys that Steve Prohm has coached in recent years.
I call Steve Prohm the point guard whisperer. Look at those players that he's had. Tyrese Halliburton, the gold medal, Monte Morris at Iowa State, and Cameron Payne, Isaiah Cannon, former racers that played for Coach Steve Prohm.
Kobe Wood, the one he has now, pretty good too. And he'll bring it into the front court. Bradley out of that timeout. Trying to stop a 10-2 run. Comes up empty on that possession. Boy, Harkham taking control, missed the shot. Ellington trying to stick it back. And the freshman clears it for the Braves.
Thomas with a great rejection.
Demarion Burge. Thomas with the rebound. He misses, but there's contact underneath, and it's going to belong to Murray State.
Harkham trying to attack the rim like he did in the first half. He turns the corner at those big, strong hips. Ellington starts going to get a putback, and Thomas with the rejection. He's working the offensive glass at the other end. Thomas, a lift off the bench for the Braves.
Juan Johnson just picked up the foul.
Yeah, Thomas had 16 in that first matchup.
Johnson sits down, so here's Duke Dean back in the game for the Braves. As one hits from three. That's his second three of the game. He has 8.
He loves to go left with that rhythm bounce with his left hand and pull up and hit the three.
Here's Demarion Burge trying to give Bradley a lift off the bench. Braves have hit 1 of their last 7 from the field.
Hannah's got the mismatch inside again with Wood.
Under 10, Montgomery turns, got it. Zeke Montgomery, a much-needed basket for the Braves.
He got a 3 in the first half, but other than that, he's been quiet. He is their one-on-one creator, Montgomery.
He averages 13, he has 5. Off the backside, Thomas clears it. Braves will open to the front court with Birch leading the way.
There's the mismatch they like.
And the crowd wanted the foul before they actually got it. It's called on Kylan Milton. That's the second personal on Milton. Actually, the third. No, I think they called that on Milton, right?
Well, Harkam's in there guarding him.
Well, no, it is on Harkham.
Yeah, Harkham. It's a 4-guard lineup that the Racers have, so.
Third on Harkham, and we're going to step aside. 52-40, Murray State. Back in a moment.
Saturday primetime in a Sunday showcase doubleheader on ABC.
Known for sharing what you love. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 types of cancer, including certain early-stage cancers. One of those cancers is triple-negative breast cancer. Keytruda may be used with chemotherapy medicines as treatment before surgery and then continued alone after surgery when you have early-stage breast cancer and are at high risk of it coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain or weakness, muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, such as Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, lupus, or myasthenia gravis, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, an organ, tissue, or stem cell transplant, or receive chest radiation. Keytruda can harm your unborn baby.
Keytruda is an immunotherapy and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true, Keytruda. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
Did you know GoodRx can help you get a better price on your family's prescriptions?
I just open the app, type in the name of our meds, that's it. Savings on my asthma medication. All right, round two, baby, round two. Oh, yeah! Savings on my husband's blood pressure refills. And savings on my daughter's allergy pills.
Prescription savings for the whole family.
Have a good one.
Another good reason to check GoodRx.
That is must-see TV.
Give her the ball!
Are you kidding me? And it's a tie game. He drinks it!
I can't believe what I am witnessing.
The streak lives. It's in for the win.
Champ Week coming up March 5th on the networks. Looking forward to that. Of course, everybody in the Missouri Valley looking forward to Arch Madness in St. Louis, one of the great postseason tournaments in college basketball. And look at the games remaining for the teams on this list. Drake, Northern Iowa, and Bradley. 1, 2, and 3 in the Valley right now, left to right. And Bradley, still possible that they could finish with the 1 seed. They're in 3rd place right now, but there's a chance, if things fall right. And then, of course, for Murray State, they have a chance to still finish in the top 4.
And tomorrow we are at that game, Drake at Northern Iowa. Well, Bradley needs some help from the Panthers. They're going to get a piece of the regular season title.
Darius Hannah, good left hand, but too strong. And Ferguson goes and gets him. It's a 12-point lead for Murray State as they have come out strong again here in this half. Just like they did to start the game, a 14-0 run to start the contest. Ellington scores.
Great action by Murray State. They're playing what we call the 2nd and 3rd side, moving the defense, and then bringing it back inside.
Nick Ellington has been a different player since around Christmas time. Got his confidence back after he went to the bench. He was a starter to begin the year. And now a foul on the baseline.
Ellington getting a block-to-block screen. He comes across. The left-hander then uses his right hand to kiss that one off the window. But Murray State's been running some great action play. They're moving the Bradley defense, then attacking.
Second foul on Kylan Milton. Atlas, and they tried to dump it over the top of the defense to the 6'8" sophomore from Iceland. And another foul.
Well, again,
that is the 3rd foul on Jacoby Wood.
They knew it was going to be a mismatch problem. Wood has to get matched up on bigger players inside. He's in there fighting for his life. Picks up another foul. Cross screen action there by Bradley, and Ellington picks up another. Big on little screen. Ellington's trying to fight through, gets caught up in the traffic.
Good baseline pass. Hannah had it blocked. Kyron Lindsay. Like you said, Kevin, he has been an inspiration for Murray off the bench today.
Every time Ellington's had to go with foul issues, Lindsay has come in and answered the call.
Harcum muscling his way down and in and got it to go against Christian Davis.
Low center of gravity, Harcum, upper body strength, finishes in traffic.
Harcum's 23 years old, looks like he's 33. Boy, there's a Duke Dean three, much needed for the Braves.
They will follow Duke Dean's lead. If he can get it going, will pick up the energy of the Braves. They're going to throw a little zone at the Racers.
He had a season high 25 last week against Southern Illinois. Hit 7 threes in that game. Yeah, if he heats up, this game could change dramatically. 13-point lead for the Racers. Everybody getting a touch. Ferguson, catch and shoot. Backside rebound, Lindsay. Keeps it alive. Ferguson, he'll try an outside throw, and it doesn't go.
Allison with a fantastic block out that time. He was not going to let Lindsay get another offensive rebound.
This is where Duke Dean needs to take over.
No question. And the rest will follow his lead.
Good rotation. Davis hits in the corner.
That's his third triple of the game for Davis. A perfect 3 for 3 from distance.
43% from outside the arc for Davis this year, as Bradley cuts the deficit to 10. 12:20 to go.
The zone was successful. They're going to stay in it.
Ferguson, and he is thrown to the floor. He'll go to the line as Davis picks up his second.
Defense. They couldn't see him, came right up in the gap.
So Ferguson goes to the line. 11 points, 5 for 5 at the stripe. Well, coming up tonight on ESPN, 15th ranked Missouri and Arkansas going head to head. And then at the Big 12, Arizona, BYU in the West Coast primetime game. 10 Eastern, 7.
SC State's got him going strong.
This foul shooting for Murray State has been incredible over the last few weeks, but especially the last couple of games. They've missed one today, 18 of 19 at the line.
Top fishing in free throws.
Dean gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for 3. And that is the second time that we've seen a three-point shooter get fouled in this game. So Dean will have 3 foul shots on the backside of this break. First foul on A.J. Ferguson. Murray State leading by a dozen with a dozen to go.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey, we're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
We are learning how to save lives while making lifelong friends. We are changing the world from the ground up. And we are receiving a nationally recognized best value for our education. We are unleashing our creativity, and we are making our families proud.
How are we able to do all these things?
Simple, because we are racers.
We are racers!
Is there a racer inside you? Let's find out. Visit murraystate.edu/bearacer.
Buying or selling a home has gotten hard. That's why who you work with matters. I partner with HomeLight to help our clients win in any situation. Our buyers find great deals on their dream homes, and our sellers get top dollar. Together, we all win.
You founded your kayak company because you love the ocean, not spreadsheets. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Duke Dean, the preseason player of the year in the Missouri Valley. If he can get going late, Bradley can come back. They're down 12 right now.
He has the spirit that elevates his team. He's knocked in 2 threes in this game, and now a chance to go to the free throw line. Cross-court pass, nothing but rippling the net.
And it hasn't been vintage Duke Dean today. 6 points, 2 of 7 from the field. Both of those baskets from outside the arc. And we talked about it before. In wins, he's been very good. In losses, not so much.
Even shooting, well, look what he's doing in losses from the three-point line, 30%, 42. But he can get it going and cook it in a hurry. He's fought foul problems in the first half. He's sitting with 3 fouls, but you need to get him playing and in rhythm for the Braves.
Braves have made 10 or more threes in 4 of their last 5 games. They've hit 8 of 16 in this one. So, I mean, they've come alive after a cold start. First, like 5 minutes of this game, they hadn't hit one yet. And that's what could ultimately save them. 2 more foul shots coming for the Duke.
Now the Braves like to show some three-quarter court pressure back to zone on made free throws. Dean, the leader, you can see him communicating with his other teammates, setting their defense.
Such a great foul shooter, 86% on the year. He hits all 3. And back to a single-digit deficit for the Braves. He's 58-49.
Duke Dean directing traffic defensively. Showing the zone.
Arca bounces it inside. Ferguson off the mark. Lindsey tried to track it down, but it's off of him and back to Bradley.
Chrome-up set. They didn't get a foul called inside. But the Braves, three-quarter court pressure, kind of soft, back to a zone. The Racers did not adjust. The chess match between these two coaches continues.
Corey Thomas sets the screen, got the pass back, and that was off the mark. Miscommunication between Dean and Thomas. Murray turns it into a run out and a foul.
Again, off the bench, Kyron Lindsey has been the spark for the Racers. Active hands, and then he takes off ahead of the pack, again going back to the free throw line.
Corey Thomas just picked up his 4th foul. He's going to go to the bench. So he's the first player to 4 for Bradley. Ellington has 4 for Murray. And there's still 11:24 to go. Just the 2nd miss at the line for the Racers, 20 of 22. Their lead is 10. Dean rises up. Here he comes. Duke Dean getting loose now. That 3, and it's now just a 7-point game.
A high ball screen, defender got hung up. Dean does not need any space. 5'9". Can rise up and shoot over defenders.
Harcum to a flashing Ferguson baseline pass. That's the second time Lindsey turns it over down low.
Well, the zone has been good, but the offensive end, it's been the Duke. Turns the corner, Wood can't catch up. Energy, enthusiasm from number 21.
You know, there's some scuttlebutt around town that he might get a 6th year and come back to Bradley next year.
He played his first year at a junior college and went to Troy for a year, so he has a year left if that eligibility rule passes to give JUCO players that extra year.
Attempted an alley-oop, fails to click. Here's Harcum, got the 3 in the corner for Murray.
He has had the hot hand. Harcum now with 19.
Lead back to 10. Montgomery battling Milton. Zeke strong, it rolls off. And contact underneath. That's number 9. That's Harcum, and he's got 4 now. 4 personals on Terrence Harcum.
It's the size of Bradley. They made a real effort to crash the offensive glass against this 4-guard lineup of the Murray Racers.
So Harcum's going to sit down with 4. Ellington has 4. Jacoby Wood playing with 3. And it's not a deep bench for Steve Prohm. And there's a mugging out way away from the basket in the corner. Ferguson's foul, his second. And a 1-on-1 opportunity now for the Braves.
Well, Dean's asking for the intentional foul.
Duke Dean, his second trip to the line, hit 3 off the foul, the 3-point jump shot moments ago.
Well, we saw in the first half, Dean had to sit out with foul issues, but when he gets going in the second half, the rest of the Braves follow their leader.
So Dean now, who had 18 the first time these teams met last month, well into double figures.
They're going to stay in the zone play. It's worked for them the last 3 trips.
For Duke Dean. Lead is 8 for Murray. Tipped away, good defense by the freshman Johnson.
And think about this, you're going to keep zoning, especially with Harcum on the bench, one of the Racers' best 3-point shooters. He's had the hot hand today, but he is saddled with 4 fouls, so look for Bradley to stay in the zone defense.
Milton deep 3. Got it off the window. He'll take it.
Yes.
Second 3 in the half for Milton. And now Hannah trying to answer, and he does with a reverse. Boy, good patience, good concentration to stick with him.
Well, they're going that naked ball screen on the right side, just a 2-man game with Dean and Hannah.
Boy, Dean had scored 11 of the last 14 before that basket for the Braves.
The 2 defenders are going with Dean on that screen by Hannah, so Hannah's got the open roll to the rim.
Ferguson in the paint, takes Hannah off the dribble. Oh, another foul. Almar Atlason just committed his 4th.
Well, Ferguson, they put him in the middle of the zone and let him attack. And Atlason comes crashing over to keep Lindsey off the window.
So Atlason sits down. He and Thomas each with 4. Birch will come into the game for Johnson.
Birch has been quiet, but he's capable of scoring in bunches.
Stay with Murray State. Under 9 to go. There's Steve Prohm. He knows how important this game is to finish this long road trip off with a victory in a tough place to get a win. Milton, good baseline pass. Alden Applewhite round the horn, got the shot off, no. Got his own miss. And he's foul. Good effort, good hustle by the senior from Memphis, Alden Applewhite.
Applewhite always gives the Racers a spark off the bench. He is instant offense. Been quiet this game, but great effort on this missed shot to go up and try to get his own tip in. Gets the contact across the forehead.
So Applewhite will go to the line, no points. 74% foul shooter. And the great free throw shooting continues for Murray State. Don't forget, triple header tomorrow. It starts with College Game Day. We've got 3 great games live from Raleigh. Getting us started with Notre Dame and NC State, then North Carolina, Louisville, and at 4 Eastern, LSU and Kentucky. Great Sunday of women's hoops. Applewhite gets them both. And the lead back to 11 for the Racers. Playman for Kevin Lehman here at Carver Arena in Peoria. And, you know, it's go time now for the Braves, who have been trailing for more than Brian Wardle would like in this game, most of the game, quite honestly. They've had some runs, but they need another one now.
Yeah, high ball screens for Dean. They're trying to get him, shake him loose.
Dean rises up and got it over the much taller Applewhite.
Flat ball screen, lets him choose his side. He needs no space to get that shot off. 5'9" with a big, big ticker.
He had 3 in the first half. He's got 17 now. Tipped away at the baseline. And now Dean wastes no time getting into the front court. Deep 3. Oh, mercy. Duke Dean. And Steve Prohm needs a timeout, as Duke has brought the Braves back to within 5 with under 8 to go.
He's got a spirit that elevates his teammates.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey! We're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
This is TGL presented by SoFi. 24 of the best players in the world, no, the universe, pitted against each other 3 versus 3. In a first-of-its-kind arena. More Tiger, more Rory, more everybody. Hey, 6 teams, Atlanta, Boston, LA, New York, the Bay, and Jupiter. Not at Jupiter. What else? We had a shot clock, mic'd up players, a ref, playoffs, 15 holes, overtime, timeouts. Did we mention the green moves? High tech, higher stakes, and you get to watch it all on ESPN, baby. Keep up. It's golf.
What if your body didn't have to hurt after being active? Introducing Stogo, the only apparel with adjustable medical-grade support designed to help you overcome injuries, minimize pain, and regain the confidence to get back out there. Stogo's supportive apparel is engineered with 90 feet of high-strength cables that reinforce the body and control dials that allow you to adjust the support. Stogo is trusted by professionals, world-class athletes, and weekend warriors who all want one thing: more activity and less pain. Learn more at Stogo.com.
Guys, stop dressing like this. Dress like this. This is the perfect polo for any occasion, and the comfort and stretch are unmatched. The signature firm semi-spread collar adds a touch of sophistication and class, but still gives you that everyday comfort with the relaxed fit. Easily elevate the look by throwing on one of Collars & Co.'s sweaters, and because of the design of the polo, it'll look as if you're wearing a dress shirt underneath. Head over to Collars & Co. now to elevate your style and comfort. Use code TV for 20% off site-wide at collarsandco.com.
Now back here in Peoria, where Murray State has seen its lead cut to 5 thanks to Duke Dean doing what Duke does.
They like to run a flat screen, and the defender, Applewhite, doesn't get close enough. 5'9", no space needed.
And then Duke Dean says, hey, since I'm hot, I'll just shoot this one from the Iowa border. and get that crowd up on its feet again, and it forces Murray State to use a timeout. It was a 56-40 Murray lead at the 13:48 mark, and now here we are with under 8 to go. And the three-point shooting in the second half has been outstanding for Duke.
4-4. He came to this game with 299 triples, just needed one to reach 300. He has shattered that this afternoon at Carver Arena.
That is scary for opponents when you see Duke with that kind of confidence, the smile on his face. He's bobbing his head to the music coming out of the timeout. That'll send a shiver down the spine of an opposing head coach.
The shiver down the spine, but also his teammates grab that energy and go with it. At both ends, defensively and offensively.
We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. When he is on, this team is on. Around the screen, Milton will try to hit a three. This is Badley. So Dean, 17 points in the last 6 minutes. We'll see if he stays hot.
There's more screen activity for Dean.
Yes, he does. Holy crow.
Jonovich, the big body, comes up. Every Tuesday we talked to him, Jonovich said, my job is to screen for my teammates. Racers need Harkham back in the game, Clay. He's on the bench with 4.
That's a foul.
The Dean is cooking.
Christian Davis is going to come back in for Hannah. And Jaquan Johnson will step back on the floor, give Zeke Montgomery a blow.
Harkham still on the bench for the Racers. He's had the hot hand with 19. He's got 4 fouls.
Lindsay attacking, misses. And Jonovich, the big Serbian bear, corrals it.
Jonovich has been good. The defensive end, he's setting ball screens at the offensive end with that big body.
Johnson probing. Hands off to Meta. Trying to set that screen for Duke Dean. Boy, that's a bad miss that time. And now Bradley draws another foul as Christian Davis gets dirty.
Times we've seen Davis getting those 50-50 balls on the offensive glass for the Braves.
Now, if you're Coach Brian Wardle, even though, you know, Dean missed that one by a couple of feet, really, do you want him to keep doing what he's doing?
Neon green light. He's got the neon green light. Feeling it. Let the Duke shoot it.
Davis will toe the line here. Bradley down 2.
Harkham back in with 4 fouls. Give Murray State more offensive punch.
And Davis hits them both.
The quiet assassin, Christian Davis, does it at both ends.
Tied at 67. Bradley has come back from 16 down here in the second half. Harkham. Fans wanted to travel, they don't get it. 5 to shoot. Applewhite has it, blocked by Davis. Wood steps away, gets it off. Tipped out, kept alive by Applewhite. Now Murray wants to reset Kevin.
High ball screens, try to get some penetration, get your feet in the paint.
Oh, they find Lindsay streaking through the lane.
Great pass by Wood, their senior point guard, making plays for the Racers.
Lindsay's first double-figure game since the Diamond Head Classic Christmas Day. He has been terrific off the bench. Thomas, he's playing with 4 fouls. Applewhite just picks his pocket.
Nice job by Applewhite, coming in from the blind side and getting a steal.
Boy, what a physically exhausting game for these teams.
And these coaches.
Ferguson, good pass. Lindsay open. And good touch with that left hand for Kyron Lindsay. 2 more.
Lindsay has done a phenomenal job of moving to the open spot off dribble penetration and converting those 10-footers.
15 for Kyron Lindsay. Dean steps into one. Off the heel, tipped up. And a foul. Corey Thomas draws the contact.
Thomas with a high ball screen. He's got to run to the rim. Long reach by Thomas. Right off his fingertips.
Even though he was fouled by Lindsay, got it to go in. He'll go to the line. It's fun to see a player that aggressive, even though he's got 4 fouls.
And also Thomas, you know, he was out of the rotation the last few games for the Braves, getting limited minutes. Big part in today's contest.
Yeah, and he's going to go back to the bench to protect him with 4:41 to go.
Small lineup now with Hannah as the 5-man for Bradley.
Feels like St. Louis already, doesn't it, Kevin?
No. Every possession is becoming precious.
Bradley has a chance to finish in first. Murray still has a chance to finish in that top 4 at the end of the regular season. Skip pass to the outside. Applewhite to Ferguson, 3 to shoot. Ferguson gets it off in time, bounces off. Braves with a chance to regain the lead. Dean has it, swatted away by A.J. Ferguson. Montgomery, New.
This does have the feel of an elimination game in a postseason tournament.
Ellington sets the screen. Wood fires it off, in and out. Into the hands of Montgomery. He'll wait for reinforcements. Got his pocket picked from behind. Applewhite, no, offensive foul. Alden Applewhite with the charge.
There's the pick your pocket from behind. The freshman, though, gets in position. Number 22 takes the blow.
Well, Bradley trailed by 16 here in the half. This one's going to be decided late as they're down just 1 now here at home. What a great game in the Missouri Valley Conference. Back in a moment.
About 1 in 5 people with fatty liver disease have NASH, which can lead to cirrhosis.
I thought I had fatty liver disease, but it's actually NASH, and it's scarring my liver.
Resdifra is the first and only treatment for NASH with moderate to advanced liver scarring without cirrhosis. It works directly in the liver to help reduce scarring and reduce NASH.
Before taking, tell your doctor about liver or gallbladder problems, or if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to be. Serious side effects include liver injury, gallstones, gallbladder, pancreas inflammation. Stop taking and call your doctor about tiredness, nausea, vomiting, fever, rash, jaundice, stomach pain. Tell your doctor if taking gemfibrozil, cyclosporin, clopidogrel, or statins. Side effects include diarrhea, itching, dizziness, constipation.
I have a way forward.
Ask your liver specialist to test for scarring and ask about Resdifra.
Ketchup, in my opinion, it's the epitome of where art meets science. Everything from flavor to color to texture is scrutinized. Am I a ketchup nerd? Absolutely.
Welcome back to Papa John's. I'm hand stuffing this mozzarella to make our epic stuffed crust pizza.
Epic.
Epic. Hey. We're making you an epic stuffed crust pizza for $13.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Man, this has been an emotional, physical, fun game to watch between Murray State and Bradley here in Peoria. You can tell that a lot is on the line here late in the season. Second to last weekend, it's a 1-point lead for the Racers, as they have had leads of 14 in the first half, 16 in the second half, but the Braves keep coming back, and especially here in this half, it's been because of their leader, Duke Dean.
3 points at halftime for Dean. He's dropped in 20 in the second half, 6 of 11 from 3. The best shooting team in America from the three-point line, the Bradley Braves. They've knocked in 12 triples in this game, and the Duke has got half of them.
Yeah, 55% from 3 for the Braves. And there's their head coach, Brian Wardle, needing his team to pick up this win out, and there's a chance that they win the regular season title for the second time in 3 years.
And Murray's got a chance to finish 4th and get a first-round bye if things fall into place. Both teams have to win this one to move forward.
Juan Johnson, what about the freshman out of the timeout? And Bradley leads for the first time since it was 36-34 right before halftime.
ISO play for Jaquan Johnson. Brian Wardle has faith in his freshman. Zone again. Keep an eye on Harkham.
5 to shoot. Here's Ferguson on the wing. Atlason closes out, 2 to shoot. They have to hurry. They're not going to get it off. You know, Atlason defending there, the three-point line the way that he did made Murray State panic, and that's what Brian Wardle wanted to see better today, was three-point defense.
They were flying around defensively and communicating with each other to cover up the three-point shooters.
They really struggled with that in the loss at Illinois State on Wednesday. Johnson taking matters into his own hands. The rookie with 2 more, and the lead is 3.
They're just opening up the court. There is no screen and letting him go down Main Street.
And Murray State out of timeouts with 2:18 to go.
They went to the freshman in the first half for a lift, and now here in the second half, open up the court and let him use his strength and get to the rim.
So Bradley getting a season-high 27 points from Duke Dean tonight. And the guy that a lot of people say is the next Duke Dean around here. You know, Jaquan Johnson has been terrific. He has 16 and 2 big baskets on the last 2 Bradley possessions.
Brian Wardle having faith in his freshman, putting the ball in his hands. He's part of what they call the Milwaukee connection with this Bradley Braves team as they keep mining that area for talent. The latest being the freshman, Jaquan Johnson.
Right out here at Carver Arena, and these fans have been entertained. Terrence Harkham playing with 4 fouls, leading Murray with 19 points. Duke Dean has been exceptional here in the second half, and the three-point shooting for both teams has been a story.
Bradley came in this game shooting 40% from 3. They've knocked in 12.
So Murray out of timeouts, Kevin.
Harkham with 19, 4 fouls are dealing with that. 2:18 left and no timeouts. See if Bradley stays in their zone.
Ellington sets the screen. Ferguson runs into Atlason, and that's 5 on Almar Atlason. The first to foul out of this one. So Ferguson will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Looks for that quick rip move, trying to get to the baseline.
Well, you knew somebody was going to foul out in this ballgame, Kevin, because too many players had 3 fouls before the first half.
Bradley's zone has been tremendous here in the last 4 minutes. Keep the ball out of the middle, active hands, but that time Ferguson forcing the action, getting to the free throw line.
He's perfect at the line. Big miss. Boy, only the 3rd foul shot missed by the Racers today. And it comes at a critical time.
That did not look good coming out of his hand.
Oh, 10-second violation. Duke Dean walked it up the floor, and he's arguing that he had more time.
Brian Walter wants him to check the shot clock.
I think that was 10.
Took his time. He was talking to Christian Davis, took his time. Big turnover.
Murray State can tie it with a 3. And a Bradley foul. You know, there's Duke Dean now really being aggressive and talking to the officials. He wanted a hook called, but he's got to be careful now, and he doesn't commit a foul or get a technical here.
Well, he's got a good case here. Watch what the senior Wood, this savvy play here. There's the right arm. Got a little bit of Johnson on the hip. Wood, the 5th-year senior, with a savvy maneuver there.
Wood is 2 for 2 at the stripe. So Murray State out of timeouts. Bradley has 2 remaining. Possession arrow favors the Braves. One-point game in Peoria. And Duke Dean is going to hustle into the front court this time.
Another high ball screen. Double stack. Trying to run Dean off the baseline off staggered singles.
That's Ferguson. 3rd foul on AJ.
I mentioned the savvy move by Wood. That was by Duke Dean. Head fake, trace the contact.
Does it surprise you that this game is going to probably be decided by free throws?
Here he is, 5th-year senior. Throws that head up. Ferguson. The touch foul and puts the Duke at the free throw line.
That was his first miss at the foul line. Gets the back end. And the lead back to 2. Trying to get back to 500 in league play with a huge road win, but they're down here late, under a minute to go. A.J. Ferguson driving around the 7-footer and muscles in for the tying score.
Big time move. Ferguson challenging the 7-footer.
And a timeout called by Brian Wardle with 47 seconds left. A.J. Ferguson, the transfer from Southern Illinois. What a fit he has been, Kevin, for the Racers this year.
Traced the contact, able to finish strong against that outstretched arm of what they call Meta, the big man.
So Murray State will host Indiana State Wednesday at Belmont next Sunday. That could be a huge game. Could potentially decide whether or not Murray State gets into that top 4, which means a first-round bye at the conference tournament next week. But Murray State has to win out for that to happen, to finish in the top 4. They put themselves in a great position here late to make that happen. Bradley has been down big a couple of times. 14 points in the first half, 16 in the second half. But their will and their tenacity has been evident all game.
Murray State, we talked about what they went through on campus. They've been on the road now for 9 days. Had to go play Northern Iowa on a neutral court and then make that trip back to Southern Illinois, which was supposed to be a home game. We mentioned it open, galvanized this team. They are fighting for their lives here, but Duke Dean leading back this Bradley team. They'll let the freshman go again.
Boy, they trust him. Trying to take Lindsay. 5 to shoot. Johnson dumps it off. Nice pass to Hannah, missed it. And now the shot clock is off. Murray has a chance to win it on this possession.
And as you mentioned, no timeouts.
Jacoby Wood around the screen, pulls up, bad shot for 3 over the top of the backboard. 2.6 left. And we get a timeout called by Bradley as they're going to set up their final shot. Boy, that was not the look at the basket that Murray State wanted.
Well, as you mentioned, Steve Prohm had no timeout, so he's trying to shout instructions to his point guard, Jacoby Wood. Couldn't get anything going. Now, what's Brian Wardle have in his bag?
Well, last Sunday when you and I were in Des Moines, this is what Brian Wardle drew up, and it worked to perfection.
Ghost screen by Hannah. Punched it through, gave him the winning bucket, and then they made the big stop at the other end.
Second loss at home in the conference for Drake, first place team in the league. And incidentally, it's Murray State and Bradley who have given the first place Bulldogs those losses at the Knapp Center.
Now Brian Wardle's got 2.6. He may throw it down court. Everybody's got in their playbook the Bryce Drew play, where you throw it down and you have runners going down the sideline and tip it out for the shot.
Well, coming up next, Carleton and UT Arlington. As soon as we're done here, we'll take you out to Arlington for that one. 75-75. Here in the second to last weekend in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Now, the most important thing now for Bradley is your inbounder has to make a clean pass. You want to make a catch and make sure you get a shot off here with 3.5 left.
Yeah, they added about a second change to the clock, and that certainly benefits the Braves here.
Well, now you can, the rule is you get a bounce for every second, so they could also put it in Duke Dean's hand, let him go with momentum toward the basket. You can get 2, maybe 3 clean dribbles and the pull-up.
The Braves have made 11 of their last 15 threes. Dean slipped a little bit, regains his composure, slips again, and we're going to overtime. And he lost his footing just ahead of the timeline and then slipped trying to get that 3 off. So we are done with regulation. What a game this has been. Tied at 75.
You are in London. This city will kill you the first chance it gets.
I need money and fast. I'm going to fight tonight. There can't be 2 of us.
I need him for something.
You can't trust him. Watch me kill him.
I am here to fight like my people are watching.
That's Ohio Stadium. In a rink. In the shoe.
An iconic venue packed for an NHL spectacle.
Dylan Larkin banged it home.
That's the Red Wings. Against the Blue Jackets.
NHL hockey outdoors.
And that's the best hockey game in the land.
The atmosphere is truly electric.
The Stadium Series from Ohio Stadium. Red Wings, Blue Jackets. Saturday, March 1st at 6 on ESPN.
Back on the Bradley campus. This place has been energized from the opening tip. Murray had the energy early when they built a 14-0 lead, but then Bradley quickly came back. Close game at the half, and we have a close game at the end of regulation. Going to overtime now, 5 minutes on the clock.
Harkin with 19, 4 fouls, had to sit there toward the end of the game, but Duke Dean, the big story, 21 points in the second half alone for the Duke.
Bradley 2-0 in overtime this year. In fact, it's been a while since they lost an overtime game. They've won their last 4 going back to last season. Murray State 0-3 in OT games this year. Here we go. Braves in red, Murray State in white. Need extra time to decide this one in the Missouri Valley. Hannah down low, and there's Christian Davis. We haven't heard a lot from Davis in a while, and that's a big basket to start the OT.
Been quiet, hit those early threes, but Hannah with the patience and the pinpoint delivery for the cutting Davis.
Five on the shot clock. A long way from the hoop is Harkin. Good defense by the freshman Johnson. Oh, what an adjustment by Terrence Harkin. He has driven to the rack well today.
He's been sensational. He had to take away the 3 points, so he's attacked the closeouts. There's a ball screen. He goes by Johnson, switches hands, and floats one through for the Racers.
Season high in points for Terrence Harkin. 21 today. 4 for 4 at the line. That foul was on Darius Hannah. And it's 78-77 Murray State. Duke Dean is in the corner.
Playing him off the ball. They're going to set staggered screens for him.
Montgomery on the near wing. And stepped out of bounds. Ooh, bad turnover for the Braves with 3:51 to go in the overtime.
Empty possession for Bradley when you need to get a shot up on every possession. Ellington with a good switch. Toe on the line.
And Ellington, playing with 4 fouls, still, sealing off that baseline the right way, and gets the ball back in the hands of the Racers.
And Bradley had a lot of success playing the zone. They can't go zone with Harkin in the lineup for the Racers.
Harkin makes a tough pass. And, no three-point opportunity this time for Murray, but Ellington will go to the line.
Great pocket pass by Harkin. Delivers it right to Ellington. Catches it in stride and reaches out to the rim.
So now Darius Hannah has to be wary. He just picked up his 4th.
Harkin making plays for himself and for his teammates.
That's the 5th point for Ellington in this game. Last time Murray State won in Peoria, 1981.
Yeah, before you were born, Clay.
I wish. Oh, good pass to Junovic. Oh, he's fouled, and I think Ellington just fouled out. We'll see. Yeah, that's the 5th on Nick Ellington.
At naked screen and roll, Ellington goes up to the ceiling. Ooh, very little contact there, Clay. Very little contact.
So Ellington is done for the day. 5 points, 4 rebounds, couple of assists. And, you know, he picked up those 3 fouls early in this game, way back in the first half.
But Lindsey has come off the bench for Ellington, has been tremendous with 15 points and 7 rebounds.
And it will be Lindsey back on the floor for Ellington now.
The big man, Jonovic, good free throw shooter for the 7-footer.
Jonovic doesn't have any points. In fact, just 1 shot attempt in this game. But he has 8 rebounds and he has clogged the middle. How about that touch?
Yeah, nice soft. Had a good conversation with him today at their morning practice. And his job, as we asked him, was to get his teammates open with screens, to defend and rebound. And that was an accurate description of a young man who knows his role.
Fun guy to talk to. Hits them both. He can speak 3 languages, and he's a pretty good post presence.
And amazing, his parents are just, his dad's only 6 foot. He's 7'1".
Tied again.
Zoned by the Braves. Matching on the perimeter.
Lindsey sets the screen for Milton. He goes around Jonovic, flips it up and in. What a basket by Kylan Milton.
We've seen Ferguson attack Jonovic. We've seen Milton attack Jonovic. And now the freshman's trying to attack the Racers.
And he answers. Man, the savvy of that young man.
I keep using that term to describe him. He is fearless and not afraid of the moment.
81 all.
Bradley back to man.
Nobody is sitting down here in Carver Arena. Everybody on their feet. 2:20 to go.
Red out day for the Braves. See it red.
Harcum. New. Jonovic with the clear.
The big bear comes in and cleans up that rebound. Ball screen. The double stack.
Johnson drives in deep. Christian Davis looking inside. Now he'll drive. Long way away. Threw it up. A little off balance. And here comes Murray State.
Racers with a good defensive stand. They dealt with high ball screens. Side-to-side movement. Great on-ball defense by the Racers.
Tied in overtime. Terrence Harcum again from the block. He's fouled. Demarion Birch will send Harcum to the line.
Everybody wants to travel. There's the move. Watch his pivot foot. Left foot, right foot stays down. That was clean play. It looked ugly, but he did not travel.
Harcum has not missed a foul shot. He's 5 for 5. Back in. Hannah's playing with 4. Duke Dean is going to come back in. So it's a smaller lineup again for the Braves.
They're putting the hands of Johnson and have Duke Dean come off the ball.
Missed them both.
Put the ball in the hands of Duke Dean.
Been so good at the line, but Murray State gets 2 misses from Harcum late. And that's swatted away by Ferguson. Will stay on this end, 11 to shoot. for the Braves. Exactly a minute to go here in overtime.
This is what Murray's wanted to do, make Duke Dean shoot contested twos and take away the three. Ferguson locked on to Duke Dean. Mismatch.
Hannah on Wood. 2:20 on the shot clock for the Braves. Huge possession right here. Could decide the game.
Give it back to the freshman, Johnson.
Braves spread the floor. He attacks. Davis. Yes! Ahead of the horn.
Great composure by Davis.
And Steve Prohm will use a timeout.
The drive, the block, Davis with a clock in his head. 17th point for the senior out of Denver.
Talked to members of the Bradley staff and shoot-around today. They say, you know, Christian Davis, he's a leader. He's just quiet. He's a quiet leader. He's not a rah-rah guy. Leads by example. Boy, did they need him to lead right there. Hits a go-ahead basket with 22 seconds to go.
He came in the program before the transfer portal was in vogue. A Division II transfer. He stayed in their program, developed. He's gotten better. His role has increased every year. He is their best defender, can guard 1 through 4. I love his game. Gets garbage points and hits big buckets.
So Murray State out of timeouts. Bradley has a timeout left. And what does Murray State do now? You know, they've been good from the outside. They've been good inside too at times.
You got the senior Jacoby Wood drawing it up.
What do you anticipate?
Well, what Jacoby Wood wanted to do, I think they're going to run it because you got to trust your fifth-year senior. You got to put it in his hands, but he's talking about running Harkham through. Remember the big game at Drake? They ran Harkham off the baseline, off some scatter screens. You can see there's the high screen.
You're coming here.
They're going to screen the screener action.
All right, Terrence, you're really shaking up. We're looking there for that shot. All right, boy, if you get downhill, we'll
A lot of misdirection.
All right, everybody got that? We're trying to go to the glass. All right, hey.
In his last comment, get to the window, get to the glass.
No timeout.
Now the question is for Bradley, they're going to try and switch all that action, Clay. They have to communicate at the defensive end and make sure 2 defenders don't go with a single player.
It's hard to believe that Brian Wardle had to inspire this crowd to get into the game back in the first half because they've been on their feet for the majority of the second half.
Well, and Duke Dean ignited not only his teammates, but this crowd.
Here we go, 20 seconds to go in the overtime. Murray State down a deuce. Harkham on Dean. What a matchup. Flipped up and in to tie it by Kyron Lindsay.
Lindsay has done that the entire game.
And they get a whistle. We get a timeout. Dean hit the shot. It's not going to count. Brian Wardle calls timeout. It's granted, and so no shot for Duke Dean.
When we saw the play that Steve Prohm drew up, he's trying to get Harkham isolated, but watch Lindsay. He's gone to the open wood the entire game and gets another floater.
Now the timeout was granting Duke Dean. Oh no, coach,
he comes off the drag screen in transition. There's a drag screen. Thomas. Ferguson catches a corner.
You know, if that ever happened to you as a coach?
Never. That's why I'm not coaching.
You just don't know.
It's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling.
Over here.
But
I
now,
want you to start on Dean, you to start on him. That makes sense? If it starts
there's Brendan Mullins in there, their defensive guru in the huddle for the Murray Racers.
So even if it's just...
So they're going to add a little time. They're going to go from 2.6 to 3.3. That's when the timeout was granted to the Bradley bench. And so that'll be an advantage for the Braves. A little more time to work with.
If I'm Brian Wardle, I put it back in Duke Dean's hands and set that ball screen. He has been the man, the hot hand.
Do you drive to the basket, or do you get it to him and have him shoot it from outside where he's been on fire?
Duke is better at the three ball. He creates a little space. Remember, every time he's driven, he's got it blocked in the lane. Got 1-4 flat, which means he's probably going to run some people off the baseline.
It's actually 3.3 on the clock. Here's Hannah driving, and Bradley's going to win it. Darius Hannah off the inbound, wins it at the end of overtime.
Hannah was the hero in their win over the Drake Bulldogs a week ago. Ryan Rowan goes back to his senior again. Going to catch at the high post. It's going to be a fake handoff. Here he comes. Catches Lindsay, and Hannah gets all the way to the rim.
Nobody has played more games in Braves history than Darius Hannah, and that is going to be one of the more memorable finishes to the games he has played during his 5 years in Peoria. Game-winning basket in overtime, and a sigh of relief from head coach Brian Wardle and that Bradley bench as they win it 85-83 over Murray State. Carleton and UT Arlington coming up next. For Kevin Lehman and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Clay Matvick. So long from Peoria.